Hey guys, Omni here. We are back with The Mandalorian, Chapter 15, Episode 7 of Season 2. Dude, last week's episode blew me right out of the water, man. It was just insane seeing Boba sweep in out of nowhere in the Slave One. So many years since we've seen that ship in live action and heard those engines roar. And Tamira Morrison just killed it. That whole episode. Of course, we had the revelation that they finally officially decided to go with, that Jango Fett was indeed a Mandalorian, which has been a long-standing debate, especially since Almec in the Clone Wars seemed to have thought differently. Of course, he might have thought him not a pure Mandalorian since he's a foundling, but there's a lot of fun information in that. A lot of Jango's Legends backstory is now considered canon. Boba Fett is, by extension, I guess, a Mandalorian, and gives him a rightful claim to be the next Mandalore. So I'm wondering, is it going to be Mando? Is it going to be Boba Fett? Or is it going to be Bo-Katan, who really ends the day with the Darksaber in the end? And then, of course, we had the tragedy itself, Grogu getting kidnapped by the Dark Troopers, which we didn't get to see in action, but I'm sure we will, for sure, by the end of this season. So, guys, I can't wait to see where it goes from here, man. Gideon is just a sinister little butthole. I love it. Giancarlo Esposito is so juicy at playing a villain, and he can have so much fun with it at times. I just loved it. Even though I was just like sad for Baby Yoda, for Grogu, I was just like, oh my God. I can't stop watching Giancarlo, man. He's just so good. And I can't wait to see more of him. He's been so sparsely handled throughout this season, and it just builds up that hunger, that need to see more. And guys, I appreciate your all support so much. These videos have been doing outstanding, and I love the feedback, the interaction that we have in the comments. And we are almost at 4,000 subs. So if you're not subscribed, and you like the Star Wars, The Mandalorian, what have you, subscribe. We'll be doing the finale next week. It's going to be crazy. If I have the time, because I'm going to be moving in the next 2 weeks, I think. Next week or two. Not far, just a house over. It'll be a while before I actually have things set up the way I want again, but we'll still be doing videos. We'll still be doing reactions and stuff like that, but it'd be really cool to just kind of hit that little capstone in the middle of all this. I want to also try to do like a live stream where we just kind of talk about our theories and speculations on this season and everything we just learned from Disney's Investor Day. I've got a lot of theories about some of the stuff we saw, and I might make some little side videos of that throughout the rest of the week. Keep an eye out for that, but let's go ahead and dive into the next episode of The Mandalorian. Here we go. Is this that chopping yard they were talking about, where Bill Burr's locked up at? Yeah, I'm betting it is. Look at all these dismantled TIE fighters and Imperial, like, is it all TIE fighters? I see kind of a mix of things. Yeah, okay, there he is.
What?
Please salute Marshal Dune.
Oh shit, we're getting right to it.
Inmate 34667, please follow Marshal Dune to transport.
Somebody gonna tell me what's going on here?
Is that it? Is that all it takes to spring him out? I guess it works, having somebody on the inside.
You have 3 seconds to comply with your new directive.
All right.
I'm glad we didn't spend an entire episode just trying to break him out. Fresh new paint job, bitches!
This other guy.
Dude. God damn, Boba looks so good.
Hey, Mando. So what, you came here to kill me?
All you need to know is I bent a lot of rules to bring you along.
You still know your Imperial clearances and protocols, don't you?
Dude, I'm so ready. The Believer? What's that mean? I love getting these titles and just like trying to figure out what's that mean. What are we gonna see out of this?
Moff Gideon? Yeah, forget it. Just take me back to the scrapyard. I'm not doing that.
They have his kid.
I can't get those coordinates unless I have access to an internal Imperial terminal. I believe there's one on Morak. Okay, if you can get me in there, I can get you the coordinates.
Okay, so we're not going straight to the thing. As per Mando. Dude, I still can't believe we got Boba Fett suited up and part of the team. God! I love it. The Slave One is such a unique ship.
Once I get the coordinates, you guys gotta get me the hell out of there.
Mayfield and I will swap out for the drivers in the tunnel.
If you get scanned and your genetic signature shows up on any New Republic register, you're gonna be detected.
Fennec will go.
No, I'm wanted by the ISB.
Oh,
Fett, let's just say they might recognize my face.
Great, so it's me
that's
going in alone.
fair.
No way.
I'll go.
We're gonna steal some stormtrooper outfits. She's such a powerhouse, man.
God, this guy reeked. His gloves are still wet.
Oh, ugh.
Oh, the shame.
Oh, wow.
There is worth the price of admission.
This is so strange. What if something happens into his armor and he loses it?
I don't know how you people wear those things. And by you people, I do mean Mandalorian. Feels better when it's off.
He really wants to see what he looks like without it. You could kind of see him like through the visor a little bit, like eyes, a little bit of the nose there.
Be sure to watch your cargo heat limits and speed. Copy that 3. We hit a couple bumps. Thanks for the heads up.
Oh
Don't
no.
worry about the Rhydonium.
Now there's some pressure on to drive safe.
Yeah, Empire, New Republic. It's all the same to these people. Invaders on their land is all we are. I mean, look at your race. Do you really think all those people that died in wars fought by Mandalorians actually had a choice? So how are they any different than the Empire? Neither one of them exists anymore.
You and I are nothing alike.
I don't know, seems to me like your rules start to change when you get desperate. You said you couldn't take your helmet off, and now you got a stormtrooper one on, so what's the rule? Is it that you can't take off your Mando helmet, or you can't show your face? Because there is a difference.
He's not wrong. I like he's kind of questioning everything on him.
Everybody's got their lines they don't cross until things get messy. As far as I'm concerned, if you can make it through your day and still sleep at night, you're doing better than most. What was that?
Oh no. What if there's like a rebel group on this, like a local rebel faction?
Destroyed.
It's not one thing, it's another. It's pirates, maybe?
Are you seriously shooting a blaster never floating?
Way to add some tension to the episode.
You should have left me in prison!
Are they really pirates if they're just trying to blow it up? What? What? That's the first time I've seen a blaster go out of ammo. Oh, you don't have your Beskar now, bud. Oh. What if his helmet gets broken? Oh god, they just keep coming too. My god, dude. Fuck. Catch, bitch. Oh my god, they just keep coming. There's so many detonators. Reinforcements from the villains. That's the first time I think anyone's ever been excited to see a TIE fighter show up. That's such the reverse. Oh, this is so interesting, like flipping the script on it.
Never thought you'd be happy to see stormtroopers.
That, right?
It's probably the officer's mess. I can't go in there.
Why not?
It's Fallon-esque. I used to serve under him.
Will he recognize you?
I don't know. It's just it feels awkward, but I'm not taking the chance. It's over. The terminal has to scan your face. Let's go.
Give it to me.
Error. Facial scan incomplete. System shut down.
Oh my god.
9, 8, 7. Facial scan complete.
Trooper. Pay attention when a superior addresses you. What's your designation? What's your TK number?
Oh, fuck.
This is my commanding officer, TK-593, sir. And I'm afraid you're gonna have to speak up to him a little bit.
Damn.
Since his vessel lost pressure in Taynap.
You're the tank troopers who delivered the shipment of Redonium.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's get a drink.
I can't remember that actor's name, but I see him a lot.
So what should we toast to, boys?
How about a toast to Operation Cinder?
Now there's a man who knows his history.
No, I don't just know it. I lived it. I was in Burning Con.
That was a hard day. I had to make many unpleasant decisions.
Entire city gone in moments, along with everybody in it. We lost our whole division that day.
All heroes of the Empire.
Yeah. And all dead.
It's a small sacrifice for the greater good, son.
Depends on who you ask, don't you think?
What you getting at, trooper?
All those people, the ones who died, was it good for them? Their families? The guys I served with, civilians, those poor mud scuffers, died defending their homes. Was it good for them?
But we've outlasted them, son. They're eating themselves alive. The New Republic is in complete disarray, and we grow stronger. You see, with the Redonium you've delivered, we can create havoc that's gonna make Burning Con just pale by comparison. And then they're gonna turn to us once again.
This scene is so good.
To the Empire.
Ho, 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 ho! Holy shit.
You did what you had to do. I never saw your face.
Oh, yes. Blow up the Redonium. Can you hit it from there? Probably not. Man, they really peeled back the layers of the Empire. What it's like to be just a trooper, just doing your job. At the end of the day, is it worth it? Just opened up Bill Burr's character even more, man. I fucking dig it.
Hand me that cyclo rifle.
Yes.
Nice shot.
We all need to sleep at night.
I don't know why this is making me emotional. I really feel for his character now. I don't know. Oh, come on. Come on.
We got company.
Oh, let's do it. Yes! I love those things so much. Oh my god. Oh.
Well, looks like it's back to the scrap heap.
Thank you for helping.
Good luck getting your kid back. All right, officer. take me back?
That was some nice shooting back there.
Yeah, that wasn't part of the plan. I was just getting some stuff off my chest.
You know, it's too bad Mayfeld didn't make it out alive back there.
Yeah, too bad.
Looked to me like prisoner number 34667 died in the refinery explosion on Morak.
Does that mean I can go? Because I will.
Oh, he's not coming along?
You should see this.
You have something I want. Soon, he will be back with me. He means more to me than you will ever know.
God damn. Just straight up, sup, bud? I'm coming for your ass. All right. The Believer. The Believer. So what do we think the Believer means? I think that at one point, I think on one hand you have the Mandalorian who believes in what he believes, but I think this is really focusing on what the remnants of the Empire kind of are, what they believe in, because they still cling on to this idea of their power, and some of them are just going by because it's the only thing they know, it's the only thing they can do to strive and survive. And I think because Mayfield, we see him open up. He was a believer. He was there for Operation Cinder. He was there through these tragedies, these horrors, the seeing his bands of brothers dying for what they believed in, forcing fear upon people who didn't believe in them. There's this kind of theme going throughout it of belief in yourself, the life around you, and whether or not you believe in those that are leading. And I think it's that point where he's like, well, the Empire just saw us all as expendable. We didn't matter. He lost his belief in the Empire where maybe he had it before. I love that they peeled back those layers of him. You really see this pain in him, fleshing out his experiences and why he has no problem with taking out any Imperials at this point. Why he left the Empire. And I love that it just frothed up in him until the point he had to he just took out his previous officer right there. He just couldn't. He's just the way the guy oozed and talked about that filth and the way their lives were just nothing. I was like, well, they're all dead. We're still alive. You can see that at one point in his life, because he's talking about in the beginning how much he's only out for himself. At the end of the day, if you could sleep fine, no matter what you did to survive, is excusable, because you're out for yourself, because nobody's going to be out for you. And you see that at some point in his life, he didn't feel that way. He had some belief in the Empire. They threw him, his comrades, and civilians and everybody away just to win a victory. And I think that's what flipped him on his head. I think that's what put him on this track. And then seeing Mando really committing everything, risking everything, breaking his rules, his codes in order to get the child back, to get Grogu back. He's seen a little bit of what he used to believe. I think it gave him, and seeing him come in for the save with Mando when he went up to the terminal to reveal his face, because he was questioning the Mandalorian. He was questioning Din the entire time. I'm like, listen, everybody breaks eventually for whatever reason. There is a reason that somebody will cross one of their own lines eventually. And we've seen this over the course of this season, that Din has been slowly bending the rules of his code, bending the rules of the Mandalorian creed, and through and through each episode, just a little bit each time. And then we see him shed his armor in this because he believes in what he's doing. He believes in this child. He believes in saving him and getting him back and stopping the Empire from doing whatever they're doing with him. And we got to see Pedro in this. I like when they were talking about, it was like, well, they need to scan a face that's not in their data banks or whatever, or something that any of their faces would trigger something because they all have like a bit of a history. His is the only one that wouldn't have. I like the Django, or not the Django. I like the Boga comment where he's just like, yeah, they'll probably recognize my face. Every clone in the galaxy had it. And the Empire would know that all too well. But yeah, we saw Pedro in this. I thought for a while we wouldn't, but they gave us an excuse to pull it for him to take his helmet off. And I like that Mayfield is covering for him too. The action in this was awesome. I like the transportation sequence. The pirate thing, yeah, it kind of just gave us some action set piece to kind of have in the middle. I would like to know more about those pirates. Were they actually pirates? Were they like a rebel cell of this local population fighting back against the Empire? Because they weren't trying to steal it, clearly. They were just trying to blow up these transports. So I don't think they were pirates per se, but I think it opens up this idea, this conflict that people are always going to be fighting because of what they believe in. They were fighting for their own freedom while the Empire's pushing back on these locals because they need these resources that are here, that they're mining for their own thing. And it goes back to what Mayfield says, somebody, to the people of these systems, the locals of these systems, it doesn't really matter who's in control, because no matter what, somebody outside of their system is going to be forcing some kind of will down upon them, whether it's the New Republic or the Empire. And then we have this parallel of, them being in Imperial garb, going into this Imperial base, being saved by TIE fighters, being welcomed and cheered for and protected by an army of stormtroopers. They flip that perspective and give you the other side of the coin. And they show just a different side from what we've seen, not just the rebel side or the Republic side, and kind of humanize the stormtrooper element a little bit before they go back to just killing all the stormtroopers again. But it goes to show that people get indoctrinated into these things. They believe in these things and they get lost in these things. Doesn't matter if they're evil, if they're good, because at the end of the day, the people at this level, this low level of these hierarchies, are just there to survive. So I don't know. I kind of went off on a whole tangent in this one. I love seeing the team come together. That message at the end, just like I'm coming for you, Gideon. The team. I'm surprised though. I'm happy for Mayfield after this. They really endeared his character to me. Like before, he was just funny because it was Bill Burr and it was entertaining. But they really gave him some layers, some depth, and a real character in this. And I liked it a lot. It got me emotional. Like, just, you could see the pain in his eyes, in his expressions when this guy is recounting these things and just saying all of the wrong things to say to Mayfield in that moment. Everything affirming everything he believes about the Empire, about how the Empire viewed them, is just being reflected by his former officer in that moment. It was such a well acted scene from everybody involved. Yeah, but him not going along for the final rodeo was kind of surprising to me. I really hope that for this last episode, Din calls up Bo-Katan and is like, hey, Bo, I got his address. You in? I'm in. Because I don't think just Cara, Boba, Fennec, and Mando can do this by themselves. I think they definitely needed more people, and I kind of get, after everything that happened in this episode, that they wouldn't ask for more of Mayfield, and I also wouldn't expect more from Mayfield in this after all of that. So I kind of get them not doing that, but he would have been very useful and very helpful. But yeah, I think we're going to get Bo-Katan next episode. Maybe Ahsoka. I don't know. It's got to be some big onslaught onto his ship, man. So guys, that's my thoughts on this episode. We're going to be back next week for the finale. And it's going to be nuts, guys. Man, it's almost over. It's sad. I mean, loving it. it gives me something to look forward to each week. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll carry on the conversation after the video. And as always, may the Force be with you always. Take care, everybody.